Markets finished the week higher despite more tariffs and hotter inflation. So we're in with our weekly market recap. Heading into last weekend, the White House promised more tariffs to be announced, and we got some on Monday. Earlier in the day were reports of 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports, which was officially confirmed after market. Markets started the week higher with investors hoping those new tariffs would be it. Tuesday ended essentially flat after Fed Chair Powell took some wind out of the market sails, reiterating that the Fed was in no hurry to resume rate cuts. Then Wednesday was the start of 2 days of inflation data, starting with the CPI coming in hotter than expected. Core CPI inflation rose 0.4% month over month, and now back to up to 3% on an annual basis. Markets initially sharply fell on the hot inflation data, but mostly recovered by the end of the day. Then Thursday followed up with another hot reading, with PPI inflation also accelerating month over month and backing up the hot CPI data. However, we also got the reciprocal tariffs plan, or really lack thereof. The White House announced it was studying additional reciprocal tariffs, but held off imposing anything immediately. April was noted as the deadline to impose whatever tariffs they decide on. Markets popped on Thursday with investors optimistic that the longer tariffs are delayed, the more likely deals can get worked out before they are imposed. And finally today, Friday, we ended essentially flat ahead of a long holiday market weekend. So let's dig in on where we're at with inflation and tariffs. First, the hotter inflation was definitely a negative. The expectations for rate cuts got pushed back further, with only one cut now expected this year. While the disappointment was likely overshadowed by optimism from delayed tariffs, we're continuing to monitor inflation as a potential headwind to sticking the Goldilocks soft landing. On the tariffs front, the reciprocal tariffs announcement, they felt a bit premature given nothing was ready to announce yet and just creates instability in the meantime. However, we're cautiously optimistic that it could end up being just a negotiations tactic. We could see market volatility as announcements are made on these additional TBD tariffs. So looking forward, we're likely seeing a little slower week ahead. It'll be a short week with the President's Day market holiday on Monday, and Q4 earnings have essentially wrapped up. Where we could see some movement will be the weekly trickle of macro data, as well as a list of Fed officials speaking throughout the week. Anyways, happy Valentine's Day, and we'll follow up with more on Monday.